Hi, today we're going to talk about 3 tips on how do you approach a dog in a park. So when we go to parks, we sometimes see a lot of dogs, sometimes on the lead, sometimes off the lead, and it can be very, very tempting to just go, oh my god, that dog is so cute, and just want to go and pet it and play with it because that is what some dogs are like, because they look friendly, they're dogs, all the different breeds, and it's very, very easy to just go there and just approach a dog and presume that the dog actually wants to be touched and interact with, and to have just a simple pet and say hi. But sometimes, as we know, not all dogs are as friendly as we think they are. So today we're going to talk about, I'm going to give you 3 different little tips of how do you safely, potentially, approach a dog in a park. So tip number 1, if you see the owner, simple question, ask the owner, is a dog friendly? Can I touch a dog? Would your dog mind being cuddled? Or would your dog mind being touched, being stroked? Is there any particular area? So just a simple question was, is a dog friendly? Most owners, they are very, very happy and willingly to give out information, because most owners, they do not want their dog to have a reputation of biting somebody else or anything like that, really. And if they know that their dogs are truly friendly, they usually will tell you, because they like attention with their own animals as well, to say that, my dog is friendly, you can come to us, you can stroke, it's good for children, it's good for people who are afraid of dogs, and it's a good sort of a good start to having a relationship with a furry friend. So most owners, they're very, very proud of that, and they like to say, yeah, that's fine, come have a touch. And most owners also, if the dog is not friendly or is nervous, and it's not to say outright aggressive, but there's certain triggers that may allow the dog to react in a certain way, then they're very happy to volunteer information as well. Or just say, yeah, that's fine. Maybe you just had an operation, or maybe you're just tired. It's a little bit sore on the back legs because of arthritis, the age, and things like that. Or simply just doesn't like to be touched and is nervous and things like that. And we can always talk about the different sort of ways of looking at assessing aggression, but not everybody knows that. So most owners, they would help to say that, no, sorry, my dog is nervous, just don't touch it. And personally, I know some dogs who would come to you when you actually ignore them. The more attention you give, the more stress they get. So asking the owners, tip number 1, very, very simple. Tip number 2, observe using your eyes. When you're walking closer towards a dog, don't just go and crouching, hi, lovely dog, I just want to cuddle you, squeeze you, all this sort of thing, because it can be quite menacing. It can be quite scary for the dog to see, and a human just walking towards them and not giving them any space, especially when they're on the lead. If they're on the lead and you see signs of the little dog running behind, trying to run away, give it some space. Very, very important. So approach it slowly, very, very slowly. Don't go running, don't go fast, don't just go straight in, sort of thing. Understand, watch a little bit, see what are these sort of signs that the dogs are showing. Sometimes you can see in the eyes, you can see it licking its lips, you can see the ears folding back, you can see the whole body posture just going back a little bit, and that is all different signs. Sometimes it's different signs as well. They can actually look playful, they can go towards you, they can start lunging up and things like that, which some people may mistake that for affection or friendliness, and it can be quite the opposite. So just be careful, take it slow, move slowly. Then when you're moving slowly, it allows you a chance to observe the dog, allows the dog a chance to observe you going in slowly, and it also gives you the opportunity to go back to tip number 1, to ask the owner, how's your dog, rather than just going straight into it without speaking to owners. That personally for me, just asking for trouble. It's okay if it's a friendly dog. If it's not, the owner didn't even have a chance to tell you not to touch the dog, and you went in too fast, the dog gets frightened, and somebody gets bitten. So that's not good. Tip number 3, this is where I found it quite useful to not have direct eye contact, and also use the back of my hand for it to sniff my hand first, rather than going like this. Okay, so instead of going like this down to the dog, I'll just go very closely, not looking the dog straight into the eye, and just putting my hands out from the back of the palm, so let's sniff it before stroking it. And personally, I found this quite useful because if they should bite, okay, our first reaction is to clench the fist. Okay, so if you're going this way, they bite, you clench the fist, your fingers go out. Whereas you go this way, you can pull back much faster. That's just one little simple thing, really. But it is also more of it's not as menacing, because showing the back of a hand, it's not really going as though I'm going to touch you, and the dogs can see the signal as well. Not looking the dog straight into the eyes also helps quite a bit, because especially, you look down and just look to the right, just continue chatting to the owner potentially without looking at the dog and giving all your sort of attention to the dog. That usually helps to break the the psychological distance between the animal and yourself as well. So these are 3 different tips. Tips number 1, ask the owner. Tip number 2, approach slowly. Tip number 3, back of hand, not having straight eye contact, and just going slowly. Ease your way in rather than jumping in. More importantly, read the signs. Keep safe. Look at the animal. Look at yourself, look at how it's interacting with you. And if you don't feel it's safe, just take one step back. And because what we do not want to do, and which most owners do not want as well, is for the animal, for the pet to have a record of having bitten. So I believe that there are not many dogs out there that would outrightly come and attack. It has to be provoked. So we have to create a situation for that. So let's try not to create situations whereby it allows a dog to bite, because those situations are actually made by us, usually, and it should be kept to the minimum because we can control it really. So with this in mind, comment below on other tips that you find is quite useful for approaching a dog in a park that you do not know. I look forward to seeing you in the next event. This is Amity.